Hello everyone, Rain here. It is 4 p.m. on the 24th of October, 2023, and it's time for more Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. I was just complaining in the chat a little bit about the ad manager being silly. Uh, Also, there's the lawn care person is outside my apartment again, so if there's a little bit of background noise, I apologize. But let's boot up the game, and we'll deal with things as they happen. Okay. Capture. Capture. Okay, there we go. I really need to work on audio balance for the next project because the opening music for the 5-minute lead-in is generally like way louder than anything else. Ugh. I thought I had it tweaked down, but meh. Okay, so I made a few discoveries. And some unfortunate ones at that. Makes lawnmower noises. Yeah. I made some unfortunate discoveries relating to our party members. We're locked out of completing Karth's companion quest. Because if you do not trip the whole thing about, hey, I am talking here, would you please consider, you know what, we're gonna go outside. Less noise there. As I was saying, we're locked out of Karth's side quest because you have to have him in your party and have gotten him to a certain level of dialogue before the Leviathan, which was the whole capture and, Darth Revan reveal. Afterwards, he will not reveal anything more about his family, or similar. So, it's a little unfortunate, but by the nature of having certain party members in our party more often than others, we are unable to complete every companion quest in the game. You have to play it very, very carefully in order to balance things out. To my understanding, Canderous and Juhani are both still on the table for that, but I can't guarantee anything for obvious reasons. But, yeah, welcome to the Valley of Sith Lords and Tombs. We're about to engage in some combat archaeology. What the hell am I saying? What we're not about to engage in is the language of English. Or Galactic Basic if you prefer to be in-world. Alright. So there's actually an NPC outside of every tomb that gives you a little bit of info. We last looked at the... You know what? We'll start with Agenda Paul. So, at the end of the last stream, the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise isn't for another 4,000 years. sorry to burst your bubble there, but yeah, that's not going to be for a while. Okay, tomb is dark. And also, I'm realizing I don't have to have Karth in my party. You know what? Let's make a party member change real fast. Because, nah. If I don't have to have Karth in my party, screw Karth. Oh, good, we have fast party member selection here. Do we want Jolie or do we want Juhani? Because I would like to have some additional force support. I think Old Man Wizard. Oh, Old Man Wizard has level up. Hold on. And Old Man Wizard is also properly dressed for the occasion. He is he is fully kitted out for the local scene, as it were. Alright. I think we can get Stasis and Stasis Field. But let's do something really silly. Oh, Death Field isn't until level 18, darn it. Wait, I can cancel it. There we go. Boom. Okay. Yeah, setting up Old Man Wizard for crowd control is probably one of the best moves we could do. Though I'm still wondering where the stupid crystal for, what's it called? Like, there's supposed to be some crystals that give raw stats, and we haven't really found any. Oh, wow, there is a lot of...
Simple.
There's just a lot of traps and so on in here, more than I expected.
What?
Take that.
If anybody comes in here without a skill character with them, they're going to be in for a bad time. And we're already into combat with random puppers. Oh, Sith Corpse, that's a great sign. How many of you are there? Okay. Oh, also rocks falling. I don't know if those did damage to the party or not. Demolition sensor, parts, and a datapad. Let's check that datapad, shall we? Show new items. The datapad appears to be in the journal of a Sith archaeologist by the name of Baron Gal. Most of it consists of uninteresting notes on the geology of the tomb's caverns, but the final entry is as follows. Strangely enough, I found traces of Thurangan in the tomb. This is an unstable black rock used as fuel by lesser races. Perhaps the ancient Sith on Korriban used it as a power source. It's a volatile and dangerous substance, and reacts violently to fire. I'll have to be careful. Oh joy! Oh joy! Oh boy, we got the firing squad. Severed arm with a data. Oh look, it's Night in the Woods. We've got random severed arms on the ground. You mind? Stop making rocks fall. Okay, where's that other datapad? We're in news, so it's canon. This datapad seems to belong to an enterprising young Sith student who ventured into the tomb in search of a Juntapal's sword. One of his entries is of particular note. There has got to be a way past the obelisk blocking the bridge. It seems to be made of some kind of unstable material. I'm willing to bet some kind of energy discharge will set it off. Blaster fire isn't doing the trick, however. I'll have to find some kind of explosive. I just hope that guard droid over there is as defunct as it looks. So, yeah, I suppose the trick is you have to have fire. Hold on, can we interact? No, we cannot interact. That's weird. Well. Oh! Oh, I see. I see now. Please tell me... Oh, no. I probably have to have plasma and cryobomb grenades for this. Yeah, so switch to give item. This is about one of the only times this comes up. I'm just gonna throw my lightsaber at it until the problem goes away.
You'll pay.
Not like I have a ranged attack, really. Okay, so that one... That was successful. But why can't we open this? Okay, the other droids are fine. And a lever. That's mildly concerning. You know what? Oh. Wait, were the others supposed to wake up? Did we bug things out? Huh. Okay. We probably could have picked that door. Just throwing that out there. Well, there wasn't another lever, so,
What?
by default, it cannot be the wrong lever. Oh, and my brother is screaming at probably Call of Duty. So, oh boy. This is a fun one. Retinal combat implants. I think we have to... Yeah, I'm remembering now. Okay, so Sith sarcophagus. What the heck? Well, we get 3 swords.
Too long in the cold and the dark. I am disturbed again. A human.
Now this you don't see every day. This is an old spirit full of the Force. I sense great sadness and regret. Walk carefully.
A Jedi here? Why have you come to this dark place, Jedi? Why disturb my sleepless rest?
I was here once before, I think. Do you remember me?
I do, and yet I do not. The Force is so strong with you, human. Yet the face, the soul... it has been so very long.
Are you Ajunta Paul?
I had a name once. Ajunta Paul. Yes, that was my name. I was one of many. We were servants of the dark side. Sith Lords, we called ourselves. So proud. In the end, we were not so proud. We hid from those we had betrayed. We fell, and I knew it would be so.
Well, how did you fall? What happened?
We hid from the Jedi, but it was not they who destroyed us. Is it not obvious what we did? We destroyed each other. We desired the secrets of each other to increase our power. We battled until finally our fortress rained down on top of us.
The Sith consumed themselves, did they? I suppose that eventually they'd be all they'd have left to fight.
And so, here, our old secret is buried, and none of us hold it anymore. Is that not right? Our power fled. Oh, what became of us? Do the Sith still thrive? Did they ever return?
The Sith fled, yes, and they returned. There's the third option, but I don't think he'll appreciate the light side choice. But then again, I have a feeling.
So much time has passed, and yet we have learned nothing. Nothing.
Time to pull an exorcism, I think. Why do you remain here?
Remain? Do I remain? I have regretted for so long all that I have done. My sword, I filled it with my pride, and it is buried with me now, a corpse as I am a corpse. I am dead as my faith is dead, and I shall remain here, surrounded by blackness in death as in life.
Well, can't help but feel sorry for the guy.
Most of my brethren would desire only to take what power I have left, even if it would destroy them. I wish my sword to be taken away from here. I do not wish it to rot away as I have. I command this of you.
Well, what do you want me to do with it?
If you are wise, you will not keep it. In the end, it is what destroyed me. There are 3 blades within my sarcophagus. Only one is truly my sword. But it has been so long, I do not remember which. Find the sword that is mine and place it on the statue. If it is truly mine, then it is yours.
And if the sword isn't yours...
Then you must die. This is how it must be.
Alright, and any hints?
I do remember one thing of my sword. Listen to me carefully. I am that which grips the heart in fright, hearkens night and silences the light. It was written of my sword long, long ago. Go then, find my sword and place it on the statue.
Well, we were given 3 swords out of that sarcophagus. Now, what's funny is if you... Sorry, I was kind of lost in thought. I'm trying to remember. My first thought is that the silver-lined sword is the correct one. The description of the sword is basically your hint as to which is which. So, the silver-lined sword. Blade is long and straight and sparkles with a silver glow that becomes brighter as the hilt is touched. It's quite warm. It almost appears that the blade becomes white-hot once it's equipped. Such a fiery weapon would be devastating against an unarmored opponent. A small insignia of flame is impressed upon the hilt. Let me double-check his description. Hold on. Harkens night and silences the light. Actually, that might not be it. Darn it! I lost the others. Hold on, let me pull them from here. Okay, the other one is just the generic vibro sword. Like most vibro blades, this weapon lets off a dim humming sound once activated. Its length shimmers with a deep blue-colored force field, and its hilt is the black of charcoal. The single insignia upon the hilt shows that of a red baleful eye. What's weird is I don't... it's so weird. For some reason I remember the silver-lined sword being it, but everything's throwing me off, especially that dialogue. It might be the double blade. The blade of this sword is an ebony black and notched along its length to give it a cruel and jagged appearance. There's a strange visual effect on the sword which makes it seem as if shadows pulse and ebb along its surface. Very cool to the touch. Upon close inspection, a small insignia of a dark circle can be spied on the hilt. Okay, it's a double blade. Almost guaranteed. I'm gonna quick save regardless because I don't think fighting a Junta Paul gives us anything extra. Place the sword in the statue. Notch steel. Sword sets itself in the stone as if it belongs there. Okay, it was in the description of the weapon, and I was going off of 20-year-old memories. It's funny how that happens. Alright.
Yes, that is the one. That is the blade that destroyed me. Take it. Take it and the other blades even. Take them and go. My darkness awaits me.
Well, there's no need to remain here, is there?
No need? What choice have I?
You can return to the light and end your torment.
Return? But I betrayed my old masters. They would never let me return to the light side. It is too late. Too late.
I don't believe the light side would turn you away. You've certainly suffered long enough.
If I could return... Oh, my master, it has been so long, and I regret so much.
And away the ghosty goes. So, yeah, we did the light side thing. Oh, and we can just grab the sword again. Or the sword's already back in our inventory. Now, let me double check and make sure I didn't miss any loot off to the side. I think I already got it. This corpse, anyways. Okay. But yeah, getting an extra 1,000 XP for that is certainly not bad. Also, this is a very small tomb. I thought the tombs were more substantial. And I was expecting there to be another student here to try and gank us on the way out. Man, my memories of Korriban are throwing me off. Oh, never mind, there he is. Shardon! Hi.
So, the spineless worm actually made it through the tomb. I'm impressed.
Alright, what do you want?
Isn't it obvious? I've been hoping that someone would do the dirty work in retrieving the sword of Ajunt Paul for some time. It's been quite a wait.
Typical. Always ready to jump at what they perceive to be the easier path.
Now that you have it, I just thought I'd relieve you of it. It must be quite a burden after all.
I don't know what you're talking about. What sword?
Nice try.
Damn it.
I may not know what the sword looks like, but I'm no gullible fool. I'm not about to pass up a chance to impress Master Uthar. Especially not for a pathetic excuse for a Sith like yourself. Hand over the sword, worm. You know I'm the superior here.
And if I don't?
Isn't it obvious? You die. Rule of the Sith. Only the strong and cunning shall survive. You won't be missed, trust me. Now hand it over.
You know what? You'll take it over my dead body.
I've been looking forward to this.
Let me just push one button. And then another button. And goes down in 2 flurries. And no dark side points. Just want to throw that out there. No dark side points. And I feel zero. I feel zero regret about having done that. You see, the issue with the Sith, or well, not the issue, but the whole thing about Sith and proper Sithdom is the belief in personal power. And taking shortcuts is definitely not a way to increase your personal power, at least not in the long term. It creates a flawed foundation. Now, let's just hope that, Uthar agrees with us. Otherwise, I see some lightning in our future. Or choking. Or, well... let's just say there's a variety. Alright. I'm not gonna roll it back, but, like,
Greetings, young one. I have found you to be most impressive. You are off to an excellent beginning.
Let's see. I dealt with the renegade students.
Ah, the ones I ordered executed for their mutiny. It's done then?
Yes, they're dead.
Indeed. We checked the caves and found only a couple of bodies. Perhaps the Shirak ate them. It is just as good, I suppose. The lesson is learned, I believe. Go now. You have done well, but you have not impressed me enough to declare you the victor. I have matters to attend to.
Well, I have the sword of Ajunt Paul.
Ah, finally, the genuine sword. I knew that this relic would be unearthed in time. I can feel the power flowing through it. Well done. You have impressed me greatly. Go now. You have done well, but you have not impressed me enough to declare you the victor.
Let's not tell him that we killed Shardon yet.
You have gained considerable prestige. You are very close to the end. Do not falter now.
And back out we go. So, as it turns out, yeah, there's a number of ways to gain prestige and enough prestige to open up the final tomb. And me being me, we are going to explore all the tombs, try and do as much as we can in one go. What's funny is, I think a few of the students you can successfully persuade away from the dark side, or otherwise just get them to leave the academy. Again, 20-year-old memories, but that's sticking in my head. Well, in any case, we got two other tombs to explore before the final mess with, oh. What was it? I can't remember whose tomb is the final tomb. Okay, you know what? We haven't talked to the person about Market Ragnos.
You should be careful if you're planning on entering this tomb. It's dangerous.
Alright, what do you know about it?
There's an assassin droid in there, so Master Uthar says. It went insane and is holed up in there with a whole army of droids protecting it.
Well, where did it get all these droids?
No idea. I think it's building them in there.
Well, why don't the Sith do anything about it?
I don't know. I think Master Uthar has left it in there as a challenge for any student brave enough to destroy it. Supposedly, if a student actually succeeds in destroying the droid, they'll get a great reward. Lots have tried, but nobody's succeeded yet.
So the droid went insane, you say?
Seems that way. They say that its audio receptors became too sensitive and all the noise drove the droid nuts. If you're planning on going in, I suggest you use some sound suppressors or something, or you'll probably become a target right away.
That's a hint that you can do a stealth run of this. But I don't have anybody actually spec'd for stealth, because here in KOTOR 1 it's not as useful in general.
Sure thing. Good luck.
There's a few situations like this one where having a stealth character is good, but no. Never mind, we don't even have a choice. The second we get here...
Intruders detected. They will
What the...
disturb the master with their audio output. Initiate attack sequence.
Okay, never mind, it's a straight running gun. Or, well, you get the idea. Jolie, that's a mine. Darn it, Jolie.
Got it.
Alright, jump. Also, yeah, we have a level up already. This is weird. We just had another one a bit ago. Like last stream. This is level 19, by the way. We're almost done with the build as a whole. I think Knight Valor, and then we'll get Master Valor for the final power-up. Mission? I'm gonna switch to you. And I'm gonna disengage from combat. Never mind. Jolie ran right into another mine. Jolie is just tanking mines. Also, now that I'm not controlling Nero, it's just, that hurt, I bet. That hurt, I bet. That hurt, I bet. Oh, what is with characters and just running directly into mines? Just a line of mines up and down this hallway, start to finish. Every single one of them was tripped by Jolie or Nero. Whatever. It's fine. It's dandy.
Too much audio input. Audio systems overloading. Must destroy source of disturbance. Must kill sentience.
Okay. Okay, we're still buffed. But I'm gonna do the smart thing and toss energy resistance on as well while I'm at it. And that was a weird knockdown laser thing. Rogue Assassin Droid. I wonder if you could bring HK into this and have him do something. He probably has dialogue for it, but I don't... as sad as it is to say, I don't really care about HK right now. At least not enough to have him in the party. So yeah, it just turns into run up and kill every droid in existence.
Not this again!
Are we... Did force speed run out at some point? I'm kind of confused there. Okay. And there were absolutely no breakable or no remains from any of that. Alright, let's lockpick this ancient Sith sarcophagus because Mission somehow knows how to do that.
Simple.
And we get Mark Aragnos' gauntlets. Which, unfortunately, if I'm right, yep, dark side only. But they give weapon focus and weapon specialization lightsaber. Which is not bad if you're not playing a Guardian. Guardians have natural access to those feats, but, yeah. Everyone else just gets weapon focus as an option, and then they don't have the feat progression speed necessary to get them otherwise. Okay, also this corpse here at the entrance that I never actually grabbed. I don't think. Oops. Sound dampening stealth unit. That would have been really nice to... Oh. Oh. This game, I swear. Well, it doesn't matter. The droid's dead. And no student to ambush us, which is a little weird. I should check that datapad, but, like, at the same time, it's no longer relevant. We have one more tomb. It's kind of weird, because I remember the tombs being longer. But that one was really short. And so was Ajunta Balls, honestly. Oh, never mind, we already got that. Tulak Horde. Oh, and straight into the mines.
What?
Patrol droid. You know what? Let's reactivate the droid. Weaponry, shields, and patrol mode. And I have to get this mine before this droid runs into it. I didn't even check what is supposed to be in this tomb. I just realized.
Yeah. Take that.
It's more Takata, by the way. Oh, well, we'll talk to the NPC afterwards, I suppose.
Take that.
Oh. Behold, more Takata.
What?
I already see another mine, but I can't get Mission there because people are body blocking her. The patrol droid is just body blocking her now. Hold on. No, we're not doing this. Okay, mine. Oh, hey, we got a plasma grenade back. I swear, Mission should be doing a lot more damage than that.
Yeah.
That was the opening shot to combat. She should have had a sneak attack available.
Take that.
Oh, that's a Tukata Queen.
Take that. Take that.
Alright. I don't know why it gets so quiet during the combat sections. I guess it's because I'm trying to... I can't even say that I'm trying to focus. Because it's just... Well... It's been the same gameplay for 15 streams. Functionally speaking. Oh hey, Mandalorian battle armor. I wonder where that came from. Okay, console. Uh-oh. There we go. Open the door. Why is this system so slow and why can't I click past stuff? Weird. Noxious fumes surround you. Your party chokes and falls over.
Another idiotic student has stumbled into my little web, eh? Well, the contact nerve toxin in the air should knock you out quickly enough. Welcome.
Well,
Awake already, are you? Good. This is the tomb of Sith Lord Tulak Horde, if you don't know. I've taken up residence here for now. It's dusty and full of critters, but it's home.
and you are?
Oh, yes. Introductions, of course. I suppose it is time, isn't it? This other student here that I captured earlier, you should know well enough. His name is Mikol. Say hello, Mikol. Poor lad. He's had a hard day. My name is Jorak Erd. I was once the head of the academy, so I'm sure you've heard of me.
No, never heard of you.
No? Blast it. What have they been teaching you children in that academy these days? Anyhow, I'd like to propose that we move on to the main event. You see, I'd like to discover if you've got the pluck of an old-fashioned Sith. Most of the Drek Uthar has been passing through these days is so pathetic. Take young Mikol here. I already tested him. Didn't I, Mikol? Yes, you're welcome. You see, Mikol here has the cruel disposition of a Sith, but not the gumption that I'm looking for.
And if I told you I was Darth Revan?
Then I'd say you have quite an imagination. Not a bad thing, but not quite what I'm looking for in a proper Sith.
It was worth a shot. And if I just refuse to take your test?
Well, forgive me for resorting to the cliché, but you would die, of course.
Well, go ahead, do your worst.
Now, is that any kind of attitude to take with higher education? I'm doing you a favor, really. So then, this is how it goes. I'm going to pose a moral question to you. Get it right, and I torture Mikol. Get it wrong, and I torture you. Mikol here is a bit weak. He probably won't be able to take much more punishment. Mind you, get too many wrong, and you'll die yourself. I don't know what you think of Mikol. Maybe you don't like him. Maybe you think he deserves to be murdered. Well, here's your chance, fair enough?
Go ahead.
Well then, any last comments before we begin, Mikol?
We can both survive. Attack him together.
Now, dear lad, do you really think your friend here will answer questions wrong just to spare little you, risking their own life? And how many correctly answered questions before you die? No, don't be silly. You had your chance, remember? On that note, let's begin. Now then, your immediate superior amongst the Sith is an effective commander and a fine leader. He trusts you and you like him. You see an opportunity to kill him. What do you do?
Well, at that point, I do nothing. He's a fine leader. He's good for the Sith.
Incorrect! What sort of thinking is that? If all the Sith thought as you did, we would all be soft like the Jedi.
But at that point, it is replacing...
For your
If they are... Yeah, this is kind of the problem with the Sith.
You come across a group of humans who are threatened by dangerous animals. They plead for help, offering you a reward. What do you do?
I ignore them completely. No. I accept the reward and resist them.
So you've made a profit, and now you have some sniveling, useless fools trading after you. No. Bad idea, bad idea. At any rate, here is your...
It's so stupid. I hate this entire quiz.
Let's see. Ah, yes.
Because it's evil for evil. His entire philosophy is evil for evil's sake.
Do you share it and strengthen the Sith as a whole? Or keep it to yourself?
Why aren't you stupid evil? Yeah, I know, right? It's like... First off, question 1. The kill a leader when you have the chance. Like, do you personally have the skills to immediately step in and fulfill the fill the power vacuum that you just created? Or will your entire organization falter because you decided to kill a person who is more suited to the job than you are? And question 2 is like, oh no, you have followers now. It's such a bad thing. Like, no, that means you've got a group loyal to you, or potentially loyal to you, that you saved their lives, and you can thereby, going for the dark side philosophy, you can thereby twist them and use them for your own ends. Within reason, of course, assuming these people aren't completely stupid. But, like, urgh. And now, this one's a little bit more straightforward. Because if you keep it, then, like, sharing an aspect of the Force... No wonder these guys were almost extinct when Palpy showed up? Okay. I'm gonna address that for a moment. I'm sorry for anybody watching the VOD and wanting to go into game. The entire reason the Sith were almost extinct when Palpatine showed up is courtesy of a little character called Darth Bane and his Rule of Two. So, before Darth Bane showed up and basically eliminated all other Sith, we had what you see here in KOTOR. The Sith were widespread, dark side users were all over the place. Well, Bane just decided, yeah, no, I don't like this, so I'm gonna change things up. Only two there shall be. One who embodies the power, and one who lusts after it. That's not the exact terminology, but you get the idea. So, the Baneite Sith are what we see going all the way... I don't remember when exactly Darth Bane popped up, but well before prequel series. But yeah, the Baneite Sith are the philosophy that Darth Plagueis and then Darth Sidious, Palpatine, followed. Except it kind of got broken a little bit in Clone Wars because, well, technically you had Darth Tyrannus and Darth Maul was still kicking around, and he technically tried to start his entire little separate, like, Force thing in the Asajj Vengeance. It's a mess, okay? Star Wars lore is a freaking mess. But back to the game. This one I would keep to myself, because... Well, it's Lucas not caring. Actually... Well, yes and no. Lucas opened up Star Wars to other authors. And from my understanding, he did have the final say in what got quote-unquote canonized in the old extended universe. So, it is what it is. It's not that he didn't care, it's just that he said, oh yeah, this is a good idea, let go. And then it just stacked up from there. Moving on.
Correct! Let them rip the secret from your cold, dead hands if they are strong enough. Oh, certainly you might share it with a few selected minions, but that, of course, is a completely different story. Well, it's sad to say, but it's that time again, Miko. Still going? All right, then. One of your underlings has made a major mistake which makes you look bad. He's normally very competent and skilled. Do you kill him or give him another chance?
Well, under the context, if this is his... If I were an evil overlord, I'd probably have a 3 strikes rule. But it also depends on the severity of the mistake. This one's saying to be a major mistake, but at the same time, give him another chance.
Chance to make you look poor to your superiors? To make it look like you are weak and deserving of attack? No,
Well,
no.
to quote Sun Tzu, appear strong when you are weak, and weak when you are strong. You know, deception is the basis of all warfare.
Last question. You're about to die. Do you pass on your knowledge to your apprentice to make him stronger? Or do you use your last breath to strike at your enemies?
Meh. Well. This is kind of the issue, isn't it? Because either you increase the chance that your apprentice gains revenge for your death, or you potentially take them out yourself. I strike at my enemies. No. Because the light side option here is probably pass on the knowledge, but it's also wrong.
Fool. It's a trick question. A true Sith never dies.
Oh, fuck you.
I'll enjoy this one. Time for your medicine. Now, this is odd. The test is over and you're both still alive. Well, that's never happened before. What to do? What to do? I suppose this means you can go, Miko. I'll have to just figure out what to do with our friend here. Run along now.
Or I could use the Force to free them. And we could kill you. Seems you didn't think of that, old man.
What? Mutiny! Behave, students! That's it! Detention for all of you! Permanent detention!
Hold up, Mr. Evil. I thought letting people live was bad. Yeah, the hypocrisy of the Sith. Okay, Master Speed. Now, here's the problem. He only weakened us. The rest of the team is still at full force.
He wasn't a true Sith after all. I can't believe that I'm alive. You saved me. You could have easily just answered those questions and let me die.
Yeah, nobody deserves to go like that. Nobody.
Yes. Well, I see what you mean. I've never been on that side of the fence before. It makes you think. I'd be dead if you weren't... if you were proper Sith. But you're not, are you? Don't worry. I won't tell anyone.
This could be your chance to change things, Miko.
You mean the light side? I've never thought about that. Can you even go back? I've done some... I've hurt a lot of people.
There's always remorse and atonement. That's the harder path, though, boy. Think you can do that?
I don't think the light side is for me. But maybe neither are the Sith. Maybe it's time for me to leave. Thanks, I suppose. And good luck.
Light side points gained. Alright, can we loot the old man's body? Yep. Ancient Sith tablet. Oh boy. New items. This thick stone tablet is covered in ancient runes of an unknown language. It's extremely cold to the touch and has almost a sinister aura about it. Recently carved into the side of the tablet appears to be a primer. no doubt intended to be a means to translate the runes. Oh boy. If only there was a gray option. But there isn't because they refuse to canonize gray Jedi, and a lot of the fans whine about it whenever the topic comes up. Okay, mission. Time to break into another Sith tomb.
Gotcha. Simple.
Tulakord's mask. Well, what does it do? Dark side only. Stealth +2 and 10 fire resistance. Wow, that's kind of bad even... It's kind of bad even on tier.
Gotcha. Simple.
Oh. A new crystal type that we haven't seen before. A Furcren crystal.
Gotcha. Simple.
And a Bondar. That's the stun chance. And...
Simple.
we also still have the other half of the tomb to explore. Oh, and just a generic purple crystal. Wow.
Sure.
Alright. Door stuck. Door stuck.
Huh?
Mission.
What?
Party members just insisting on standing in the way. Oh. Oh, never mind. This is where things link up. I think we've gotten all the corpses on this side. And there's our little patrol boy buddy. Or patrol droid buddy. Patrol boy. What am I saying? Oh, hey, Shirek on this side. Alright, and now, of course, we have to switch to mission again. Because there's a random mine. At least this time, somebody didn't run directly into it. Alright. Corpse. Kratz med pack and a probe. Joy. I guess that's that.
What?
Man, we are already done with all of the tombs at this point. Except for the last one, which is story-related. I was not expecting it to be this short. Well, I suppose with that all out of the way, then... oh! Whatever NPC was supposed to be manning this tomb is MIA. Weird. Alright, let's roll. Now that I've got my S-tier Sith Tomb license, shut up! I didn't want to remember that license test from Mega Man Legends. Oh... sorry, that was a very visceral reaction to that. Just the term S-tier license pokes a very particular trauma center in my brain. Now, thanks to that game. Ugh. Well, let's see. I suppose there's only 2 other students left, I think. Because there were 5 of us in total. Let's see if we can sabotage the others before we deal with, Uther. Well, that's a whole lot of nothing. Also, we should probably check on Euthura and see what she's up to. I wonder if we can break into, what's his name's house, wow, room as well. Though I am hearing there's a locked footlocker back here that we never found.
Simple.
Sniper rifle, assassin pistol, and a blaster, or a repeating blaster. Neat. I hope that's the upscaled version of the Sith Assassin Blaster, because if it is, Karth has a new offhand. Alright,
Sure.
switch to me.
Oh, hello. I don't remember seeing you here before. My name is Kel Alwyn.
Is something wrong?
Nothing.
Are you sure?
Yes, my master always says I'm too trusting, too willing to show weakness. You're a Sith, so I really shouldn't, you know.
I'm not a Sith yet.
Oh, I know that. I mean, you aren't yet, but you intend to be. I mean, you're just like everyone else here.
And you're not?
Well, I didn't mean it like that.
Well, how did you mean it then?
I shouldn't trust you. I can't trust you. Can I?
I mean, sure you can.
I just don't feel I belong here. I thought maybe I did at first, but now, I don't know. I just have so many doubts.
Well, if it doesn't feel right, then maybe you don't need to be here. Like, this isn't really a good place to be in general.
But where would I go then? What would I do?
Well, have you considered that the dark side maybe just isn't your way?
Yeah, maybe you're right.
Oh boy.
I'll go and tell Master Uthar that I'm not ready for this.
Oh no!
Thank you.
Oh no! So, we went the neutral option instead of bringing up the Jedi, and yeah, this is about to be very, very unfortunate. No, I don't even want to watch it. Okay, can we break into his room? Nope. Locked and not even a break-in option, so, I'm just gonna stick away from that one while we have the opportunity.
So you managed to kill Shardon, did you? Good news travels quickly. Well done. He wouldn't have made a good Sith anyway. One less opponent is an excellent result, regardless of how it occurs, correct? Now then, something you needed.
Well, do you know anything more about the ruins on the surface?
I have been involved in the work there over the last couple of years, but not often. Most of the excavating is left to the students. What did you wish to know?
Well, why are the Sith so interested in the ruins?
We could learn much about the history of the ancient Sith, why they were on Korriban and why they left. Perhaps we could learn more about the origin of the Force itself. With that knowledge could come great power.
Fair enough.
As you wish.
Alright, I'll be going now.
You are very close to succeeding. Work quickly.
Roger, roger. Yeah, so the pathing is a little bit rough. It is a game from 20 years ago, and it's also modded to run widescreen, so things aren't quite how they should be. I think we've got... Oh, no, we got rid of the guy who was here, so... Lashow was the only other student left from our batch, as far as I'm aware.
You? I remember you from the colony. I can't believe you actually made it into the academy.
You're trying to become a Sith as well, then?
Just figured that out, did you? It just so happens that I have a surefire way of pulling ahead in this little contest of ours. You don't really have a chance.
You talk big, but that's about it.
You may have more prestige than me, but that won't last long. Just you wait and see.
I have literally every way to gain prestige in this place locked down. If you were going to make a move, you would have by now. Now watch, when we walk up here, there's going to be a cutscene, maybe? Nope, no cutscene. I think we missed it, or, well, he just phases out of existence. Poor Kel.
Greetings, young one. You have done very well for yourself so far.
Okay. Dealt with the rogue droid.
Yes, so I hear. I've had reports from some students that ventured into the tomb after you left and found the parts. Well done. I am impressed. You have rid us of a potential nuisance. Go now. You have done well, but you have not impressed me enough to declare you the victor. I have matters to attend to.
He sent him to Sith Hell, also known as Bethesda. I mean, Bethesda owns Doom now, so you're not technically wrong. I found the hermit in the hills.
Ah, my old master. Still, unless you bring back something of his, some writings or similar, I am unimpressed. Jorak's fate means nothing to me.
Well, I have the tablet.
Oh? Let me see. It appears my old master was busy studying the writings in one of the tombs. How interesting. I do hope you had to pry this from his dead fingers. Regardless, you have impressed me with your worthy act. You have impressed me enough, by my estimation, to become a Sith in full. Congratulations, young one. You have bested the others quite completely. You have but one final test which you must take, and this requires us to travel to the tomb of Nagasado, in the Valley of the Dark Lords. I would advise you to be rested and equipped before we leave. Return to your quarters now and seek me out in the morning. When you return, make sure that you have all you will need, for you will face your test alone. Go, and may the Force serve you well.
Well. Yay! Experience. Alright, anything more, Kuthera?
What are you doing here? Go back to Uthar and tell him you are ready to take your final test. Our moment is at hand. Go.
Understandable. Have a nice day. So I'm going to hope that we can just warp out, or once we get outside, we can just warp back to the Ebon Hawk. Because I want to check the new crystals we got and see if any of them are going to be useful. Oh, he's just sitting there menacingly. I mean, he's a Sith, so that's kind of part of the whole deal, but like, let's just quickly step out here, warp back to the Ebon Hawk, and then see what we got to work with. It's kind of weird because some planets have a lot of side stuff and just feel large, but others, like Korriban, let's be real, we're endgame on Korriban in basically 3 hours. How long did Manon take us in total? I mean, I hate Manon, but we certainly were there for a good bit. In any case. Alright, workbench. Why did I immediately click on melee? Okay, lightsaber. We have the Great Dragon Pearl. Furkran. Oh. Furkran is anti-droid and attack bonus. Genroax, we already have. Wow. Okay, never mind. A lot of this just kind of sucks. Yikes. I was hoping for better than that. Well, let's switch up our color. You know what? Purple. We're back to purple. Luxum is... Oh. Furkran is a direct upgrade to the Luxum crystal. There we go. 2 to 12 versus droid. Opila's fine, but not really what we need. Okay, and we already had the Genroax in his. Opila and Damond. Genroax and Damond. I think we're good. I don't think we have anything else to upgrade either. Hey, Kandris, you advanced your dialogue at all?
Yeah, what do you want?
Tell me more about the war.
The war we had with the Republic was supposed to be the most glorious battle in our history. But it was a very costly one. I guess we didn't think of how much we could lose in it.
Well, there must not... How much did you lose?
There weren't many of us after that last battle. Mandalore himself was killed at the hands of the Jedi Revan. The best of us could not defeat him. After that last battle, those of us that survived were stripped of our weapons, our armor, and our basilisks. The Republic's forces destroyed them while we were forced to watch. Those who hadn't fled earlier were left with nothing to call their own. No weapons, no armor. Only the honor of having fought in the battle we just lost. For many, this was not enough. While the rest of us were sent into exile on the Outer Rim, they tried to relive the old days, raiding worlds. They're nothing more than bandits now.
So, I don't know if this is before the whole Beskar lore was put into place. Because, for the record, Beskar existed in the lore before the whole Mandalorian TV show. Well before, in the extended universe. But I don't know if it was discovered during the time of KOTOR or before. So... But still, yeah, if literally having all of your weapons and armor destroyed in front of your eyes, yikes. I mean, I understand that they couldn't leave them armed, or couldn't leave an invading army armed after defeat, but like, yee. And the whole thing about the basilisks is, it's kind of been hinted at, but I believe, again, out-of-date knowledge and memories here, I believe basilisks were basically like neural linked war droids between the Mandalorian pilot and the droid itself. So, yeah, you'd be watching your other half be killed. Yeesh. Also, I love how I'm not gonna say that on stream. I watched my follower count tick down by 1. Let me just say that much. And I have a sneaking suspicion I know who left.
Yeah, I came to Taris. And forcing for Davik was not stimulating. The gangs on Taris and Davik's rivals were trash. They give no thrill in battle, no honor or glory in defeating them. It was like stepping on bugs. I sought worthy challenges, but the best that Taris could offer were nothing to me. But I think now, with you, I may finally find opponents worth fighting.
Well, you're a worthy companion.
Maybe later I'll tell you more about what it was like to work for Davik. For now, though, we should get on with our lives. Is there something else you want to know?
Nope.
Your choice. I'm here if you want something done right.
So it's interesting that we're getting more companion dialogue before the end of Korriban.
Got something on your mind, do you?
So why did you leave the Jedi?
Who said I left the Jedi?
You did. You said you weren't a Jedi any longer.
Well, technically I was only a Padawan. Not that that makes a difference to most, but as for the Order itself, no, I never left it. It left me.
Well, what do you mean by it left you?
You know what I hate? Well, lots of things really, but I'm old and easily annoyed, but that's besides the point. What I really hate are how most people view the Jedi. Everyone thinks that the Jedi are perfect, that they can do no wrong. They think the Jedi Council is completely incapable of injustice.
Well, let me guess, you disagree?
Damn right I disagree. The Jedi are just as capable of injustice as anyone else. They may try harder, sure, but sometimes they get it wrong. And I'm not even talking about how some of us fall to the dark side. No, that's plenty indication of our fallibility, but it's something else entirely. No, I'm talking about how more than often not, your average robe-wearing Jedi can try to do the right thing and still be completely wrong.
Well, nobody can be right about everything.
That's true, but it's not what I meant. I guess I'm not being clear, am I? Come to think of it, I don't have to be clear. Someone my age is entitled to ramble, damn it. But for your sake, I'll try to explain. I'll tell you a little tale about a Jedi Master I once knew. Hortath, I think. Or was it Hortoth? I could never get it straight.
Go on.
Where was I then? Oh yes, Master Hortath. He was a kindly old Jedi who meant well, but the most nearsighted thing in the Corps, I swear. He would walk into walls, knock over tables, mistake apprentices for rancor beasts, that sort of thing. And he was too proud to submit to proper treatment. Some used to counsel him in the urge to use the Force, Master Hortath. Allow the Force to see for you. But he refused to believe that his eyes were failing. He simply squinted more and more as the years went on. The other Jedi resignedly passing it off as the amusing quirk of a compassionate old man.
Go on.
So, one day a young Padawan meets Master Hortath in the courtyard and, not knowing of his blindness, asks him for directions to the council. Quite sure of himself, Hortath gave the lad directions, which happened to lead back outside and away from the Enclave. The Padawan is confused, naturally, and he asks if Master Hortath is sure, and of course Master Hortath says that he is. The Padawan suggests that perhaps he should ask someone else, but the proud Hortath now feels insulted. He tells the Padawan to take the route he prescribed and no other. Rather dejectedly, the Padawan did as he was told, and so ended up leaving the Jedi Order forever. It was decided that the boy's fate was to leave the Order anyway, though whether that was out of respect for Hortath or because the boy went on to something else, well, we'll never know.
Well, So you knew him, or the Padawan, I take it?
No, both of them were from before my time. Well before the Sith Wars, even.
I don't get it.
The tale is about blindness, and I thought the point was clear. At any rate, you think about it. You're the one who asked why the Jedi left me, remember? Now let's get going. My feet are itching for a good run.
Okay. Well, while we're on the topic of party member dialogue and stalling out going to the last tomb, hey Johanna, you got anything for me?
How may I be of assistance to you, Padawan?
Oh, wondering if we could talk.
What is it you would like to speak to me about?
Tell me more about your past.
Well, I mentioned before that my parents had fled to Taris. Perhaps I can tell you about that.
Well, please do.
In the early days of the Mandalorian War, there had been fighting closer to the Outer Rim worlds.
What caused them to flee?
KOTOR was there, yes. My people had a great reputation as warriors, and that appealed to the Mandalore version of honor. They sought to test themselves against us, I think. Test themselves by bombing our world, slaughtering my people while they slept or while they ran.
Well, they fought dirty, certainly. But at the same time, to the Mandalorians, that would probably just be a statement of, oh, they didn't maintain vigilance and preparedness in case of an enemy attack, or something to that degree.
They swooped down from space, across the world, firing at anything that moved. They used ships in space to destroy all orbital facilities and bombard the surface. We did resist, and in spite of their violent attack, we did stave them off for quite a while. But in the end, we were doomed.
Why did the Republic not help?
We were not members of the Republic. KOTOR was beyond the edge of the Republic, in the Outer Rim. And besides, they could not have known. Our interstellar communications were the first things the Mandalores hit. All other short-range communicators were jammed. We were on our own. We knew what was coming. We had fought the Mandalorians in the First War against Exar Kun and the Sith. We knew there would be no mercy for us. The most we could do was pack the few of our people who survived onto what few ships remained and send them off into space as fast as they could. Most did not make it.
And what about your family?
My parents carried me as a baby with them and were lucky enough to escape. They fled as far as they were able and eventually settled on Taris. They could stand running no further, I think. But Taris was a horrible choice. Dominated by humans, intolerant of other species, it made everyday life unnecessarily hard.
Well, how did your family cope?
My father turned to stimulants. He spent much of his time in local bars and dives. But we are warriors. It runs through our blood. And when he was on stims, he became foolish. He let his warrior nature get the best of him. So he would get intoxicated, and he would fight. And finally, one day, he would die.
How did he die?
Killed by a man who provoked him into a fight and killed him like an animal. I am sorry. I cannot talk about this any longer right now.
Yeah, that one was on us. We, definitely poked a few trauma buttons. Earth, I'm not even going to bother talking about you because you don't have any dialogue for us now. Hey, Karth, by the way, your son's alive and currently on Korriban training as a Sith. You want, but you don't care to talk about that. So, yeah, I guess your kid's just gonna become a Sith Lord, or die in the process, more likely. Okay, moving on. It really doesn't matter who we bring. Wait. Oh, I can't remove... Oh boy, I think I just canceled our warp. Wait, no, I can transit back. Never mind, we're good. Okay, I think I have to talk to Uther in order to progress. But yeah, the final section of Korriban is going to be a solo mission. And not a solo mission as in mission running solo, as in... It's us soloing the tomb.
So then, I take it you are ready to travel to the tomb of Nagasado. Your final test should not be delayed.
I'm ready to go.
Then we go now.
Later, nerds. And again, nice pathing, KOTOR. A day passes in preparation. Uther then takes you and Ithura to the Sith tomb. Your companions are not permitted to join you.
Very well. We are now ready for your final test, young Sith. You have earned the right to see if you shall become one of us.
Indeed you have.
I dislike your tone, Ithura. What are you up to now?
Nothing, of course, my master. I was merely agreeing with you. Should we not get on with the test?
Yes. Yes, of course. We are in the sacred tomb of Nagasado, young one. The one discovered by Darth Malak and Darth Revan years ago. You are to follow in their footsteps and reach the ancient star map that lies deep within. There you will find a lightsaber, amongst other things. The lightsaber is for you, your initiation present. Return to us once you have it. For you, the test does not end there.
Be very cautious here. This tomb is like the others in this valley, and many of its old defenses remain active.
Do you understand what I have told you? Are you ready to begin?
Find the star map, return with the lightsaber. Got it.
Good. Ithura and I will await your return.
And obviously we can't leave or we fail the test. We're locked in, I believe. There is a dialogue about it, but it's not like we aren't going to be doing this in one go anyways. We aren't even on Tatooine. What are you doing here? I can't make the joke. I've made it too many times. I can't believe these things showed up again. On a stream we don't visit Tatooine, the game provides a way for me to make a absolutely horrible joke that I've made multiple times before. I hate it. I hate it so much. Okay, datapad on that body. Datapad. Datapad appears to be the journal of a Sith who quite obviously did not make it past this portion of his final test. Most of the journal consists of the Sith's account of gaining enough prestige with Master Uthar to take the test. Only the final entry appears to concern the test itself. The game gave you the opportunity and you refused. You have failed the Sith test. Ugh. It seems I need to get across the pool of acid in the central chamber if I'm to complete my test. But that's not going to be easy. The runes name one obelisk the Pillar of Fire, while the other is the Pillar of Ice. I can only assume that one of the pillars leads a way to remove the acid pool. Fire or ice? Wouldn't fire create toxic fumes? I'm not sure. Maybe freezing the pool would be safer. Well, I'll worry about that once I bypass the torrent attack. If I can. I suppose it's now or never. Oh boy, if that isn't a hint as to what we're about to fight. Hi, torrent. Oh, that is double torrent attack. Well, let's just pop Night Valor. This is gonna sting a little bit. Okay. Okay. Back up, disengage, and I'm going to see if I can do something very, very cheeky here. Darn it. Usable items. There we go. Am I allowed, since I disengaged, am I allowed to use med packs? No, because I'm still technically in combat. And our force speed ran out, so hold on. Okay, that's a miss. Come on. You can do this without healing again. There we go. We're a little dinged up, but we're fine. We're gonna have to restore our force points at some time, though. Okay, that'll get us back up to 300 something. Solari and Shayla's journal. Shayla's journal. Scrolling down looking for it. Uh-oh. Where is it? I thought I was in... There we are. This datapad is the personal journal of the Jedi Shayla Nur. Her last entry is particularly compelling. I've tracked the torrent attack that ambushed us in the Shirak caves to this tomb, but even as I stand at the entrance, I know this is wrong. Dark thoughts fill my mind, hatred and vengeance. I cannot stop myself from blaming Gunhan for Duran's death. If he had not abandoned us, my love would surely have survived the torrent attack's first attack. But my hatred of Gunhan pales beside my burning desire for revenge. My blood boils to destroy the creature that ended Duran's life, no matter the cost. I know such thoughts are those of the dark side, but I can't help them. Even the second set of tracks outside the cave can't dissuade me from my task. 1 torrent attack, 2, 1,000. It makes no difference to me now. The only image I see is that of Duran's broken body. Only blood can cleanse it from my mind. I hope my master will forgive me for what I'm about to do. Yikes. Well, that's all the Jedi who were killing the torrent attack accounted for. I don't know what that lever did.
I think I've been poisoned.
Okay, that spooked me a little bit. Not gonna lie, that spooked me just a wee bit. Pillar of Fire. And Pillar of Ice. Special Cold Grenade. And a special Fire Grenade out of the other one. Is there anything else in the room? Nope, doesn't look like it. Alright. If I timed this correctly, we may be done with Korriban by the end of the stream. Let's find out, shall we? No, not you. No. No, 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 I hate this puzzle. Oh. Well, we're locked in now. Cardio package, a next door crystal, and another thingy. And we can't get through this door. Yep. Behold! The worst puzzle in the game, if memory serves. Right next to the one that really just messes up. The loading one on Manon is arguably worse, but yeah, you have to get the rings from one side to the other. 3 pillars that have electronic readouts showing the energy levels of 4 systems. Controls show that these systems can be transferred to other pillars. Caution, some of the systems are very delicate, and proper transfer of power can cause electrical overload. In order to unseal the chamber, all of the 4 systems must be transferred to the right pillar. Top may be transferred without any fear of overload. Mid-upper. Transferred overloads if transferred to a pillar with an active top system. Mid-lower can only be transferred to any pillar that has no systems or only the base system active. And the base can only be transferred to a blank pillar with no systems active on it, or it will cause an overload. A system may be transferred to another pillar if it is the only system active on that pillar or is the last one listed. Oh, boy. Okay. So... top to mid. Mid to right. I think I just messed up already, actually. Go right back to left. Left. You know what? Let's go that all the way to right. No, I messed up again because I just repeated what I just did. Middle to right. We need to get mid. We basically need to get everything onto the right pillar. Wow, yeah. We need to get everything onto the right pillar. But we have to get the base pillar moved first. The one at the bottom needs to be moved first. Mid-upper has to go to there. Left, I think, can go to right without issue. I accidentally hit the reset. Isn't this a Star Wars version of the colored disc puzzle? I couldn't tell you. My brain's already shorting just trying to figure this out. Yeah, so that top one we can move anywhere safely. So I want to move that to middle now that it's safe. Wait, cancel. Yeah, so here's the problem. I've just screwed myself. Is I need to get that base moved, but I can't do that as things stand. Let's go middle to right. Yeah, darn it. I have to get everything onto mid first. And then slowly stack up from mid. I am stupid. Okay. Step 1. Red has to go right. Because we have to get green on its own. Okay. This puzzle is mid. I know I'm feeling my self-confidence just draining with every passing moment, okay? Move that to mid. So then we go move the system from the left pillar to the right pillar because we can't put it anywhere else. I think I've already screwed up again, and I can't. My brain is just shorting out. Okay, hold on. Yes, top can go anywhere without overload. Mid only overloads if it transfers somewhere with an active top. Mid lower, no systems or base systems. And bottom can't be moved. Wait. Okay, no systems or base system. Darn it. Yeah, that's going to be a problem. Move a system from middle to right. No. Darn it. I hate everything. I hate everything. I am not good at puzzles. I'm good at hacky slashy. I found the answer on Steam. I know I can look it up, but I don't want to, and it's a point of personal pride. Okay. Middle pillar to right. I'm gonna have to move all this again here soon anyways. Okay, just had a micro drop there, where I lost about 500 frames. Okay. Left pillar goes to mid for now. And then right goes to mid. Right goes to left. And then I just screwed myself because I can't go... that one errors if it's anything other than a base. So, hold on. Mid to left. Halfway there. Yeah, once I can get everything just moving, that's fine. Double check. Top. Overloads active top. No systems or base system. Can only go for a blank system. So that's the problem. How do I... It's safe to move yellow to mid now, yes. But then the problem is I can't get blue to right without clearing that to somewhere else. Because the blue can only go somewhere with nothing else on it. Okay. Yeah. Mid's only concern is going somewhere with active top. Or green's only concern is somewhere with active top. So... Wait. That wasn't what I wanted to do. Left pillar goes temporarily right. This is stupid. This doesn't feel right. I might keep trying it anyways. Tower of Hanoi puzzle. And now what's kind of annoying is I'm in the exact same issue. Wait, no, I'm not. Middle can go left. Right can go middle. Right can now go left. Middle can now go left. And now I can transfer the base over. Okay. Okay, now the issue is getting yellow over to there. But it's not a major issue because I can transfer left to right. I can put left to middle. I can transfer right to middle. And then I can move left to right, and we're in the clear. Because all I have to do, send middle to left, so I can send middle to right, and then I can transfer left to right, and we're done. Oh. I hate this game. This game actually making me think about puzzles. Well, let's not do any of that for a moment and just completely destroy everything. Ow, that was a mine. Now you must solve this evil Jenga. Yeah, I'd believe it. Oh, strength gauntlets. Kind of a weird time to get them, but hey. Nagasato's Poison Blade. Watch this be restricted to our side. Oh, no, it's not. DC 25 Poison. And attack modifier 3. That is actually not bad. The mere presence of Dark Lord Nagasato would come to imbue his personal weapons with the taint he carried, poisoned as his spirit was. Neat! I swear to God, if I have to transfer everything back over to the left... Okay, good. I was about ready to say, if I had to transfer everything back over to the left to get the hell out of here, I was going to be very, very annoyed. Yeah, it's kind of sad, but, like, that's not as useful for a lot of characters because, well, lightsabers are pretty much superior in every way, especially with the blaster deflection. It's going to be less important in a bit. A dangerous-looking pool of acid has flooded the room. Did I quick save? No, okay. So I'm gonna do something first. Because I haven't shown off a lot of stupid deaths in this game. So, yeah, you know how there was a whole point about that datapad saying, hey, wouldn't there be toxic fumes if you lit the acid on fire? The grenade explodes in a wave of heat. Noxious fumes rise from the acid. Too late, you realize the fumes are poisonous. This is like the only place in the... It's one of very few places in the game that you can run into stupid deaths like that. Okay. What you're actually supposed to do is freeze the acid. The pool freezes over. It is now walkable. Great, now we gotta vent the tomb. Well, what's funny is, if that's a concern, then both Euthura and Uthar would also die out of this. Ow! That was a 70 damage mine. Why are there so many mines? Hey, we got the star map. Okay, and now, in the very back, the other thing we were sent to get. There's no other loot in here, funnily enough. Oh, on a side note, now that we have all the star maps, it actually showed a route. It's leading to a planet. And giving us a way to get there. Remember, they had to enter this room to leave your lightsaber in it? You're not wrong. Sith lightsaber! And the door shut behind us. So the funny thing about the Sith lightsaber, it's not upgradable. And it kind of sucks. The only really good bit about it is the fact that, by default, has a 19 to 20 times 2 crit modifier, I believe. Oh, wait, no. That's standard for all lightsabers. Or all single hand. So, yeah. It's basically just a quest item. You can use it, but it's not good. And here we go.
So, you return to us with the lightsaber in hand, as I knew you would.
The Force has served you well.
You took a great risk in acquiring the artifact. You used your mind and your power. No peaceful meditation, no pacifism. Sometimes you must fight in order to achieve. This gives you your passion. This makes you stronger. This is what makes you superior. That is the lesson we teach with that part of the final test. Do you understand?
So you're saying a Jedi couldn't have gotten the lightsaber?
When a Jedi acts, it is with skill, true. But the Jedi teach you that your passions are counterproductive. That strength is only found in peace. Did you not feel a moment of excitement in the tomb? Did your passions not flow and make you feel stronger and more alive? What purpose would be served by restricting yourself from such? I would say only the purpose of the Jedi. Through this, they would control you and restrict your potential.
Well, I wouldn't say I exerted my... No, never mind. Now that you mention it, there's a certain puzzle that made anger flow. You're not wrong, Chocobo. Well, the Sith aren't the only ones who fight and take risks, either.
True, but most would say they fight only when they must, or not at all. We are the ones who know that struggle is what makes us superior.
I think I understand.
Good. The last part of your test will now commence. Here, you will learn the lesson of competition. All life must compete in order to flourish. Such is the natural way of the universe. To stand still is to know death. One must always be moving forward. So it is the same amongst the Sith. Compete or die. Mercy is irrelevant. So it behooves you in this final test to strike down one you are familiar with, for no other reason than to prove you are superior, and without mercy. Normally, this would be against another student. You, however, get a special treat. You will fight Euthura here, my own apprentice.
What? So this is what you had planned all along? You wish me killed?
Indeed. You have become too ambitious, Euthura. It is time for you to die, and someone more talented to take your place.
No. It is time for you to die, Master. My pupil stands with me.
Oh, is this true, young one? You wish to join Euthura in her foolish scheme?
So here's the options. You can fight one of them. You can fight both of them. And you can choose which one you fight. Or you can try it off both of them. And it's like... this is going to be infinitely more difficult if we try to kill both. But we have 2 Sith here. Does anybody remember if I quick saved before leaving the Does anybody remember if I quick saved before I left the tomb room? Because, yeah!
You are indeed a fool if you think to oppose us both, young one.
To think that I actually hoped you could be of use to me.
This makes no sense. You will never become a Sith if you turn on us both. What could you hope to accomplish?
I would never become a Sith. I was only here for the star map.
Betrayed. He is a spy.
Do not fret, my dear. All will be as it was quickly enough.
You will pay for this, fool. We will destroy you.
Light side points gained. Oh boy, they both pop shields. Force immunity. That was a mistake. Okay, now start flurrying. Sorry, Yathura. Yeah, we buff stacked and we're level 19 when we very much are not supposed to be. There was no other way this was going to happen. Interesting. Wow, neither of them had anything unique to drop, which is a bit of a disappointment. So, from what I remember, if you side with Yathura, she takes over the Sith Academy and basically runs it in her image. I think there is finally a Revan dialogue where she believes you. I'm not 100% sure on that. That might have been cut content or part of the community mod. Not 100%. But, yeah. That's Korriban. And what's funny is, we walk back in, and nobody says anything. We walk back in without a single Sith Master following us. And it's just the slow walk. I'm gonna pull my party members in. Hold on. Oh! You can't. Oh boy. Oh yeah, he was gonna grab pizza for everyone. Sith pizza party! According to Chocobo. Oh boy.
You there. How is it that you're leaving Naga Sadow's tomb by yourself? You went in for your final test, didn't you? Where is Master Uthar?
I have to push the button. I am Revan. I've killed the Master. Bow down.
You lie! You could never have killed the Master.
Well, damn it. Do you wish me to show you?
You are not Revan. Quick! Attack the traitor!
But even if it's not Revan, what if Master Uthar is actually dead? Someone who could kill the Master.
If Master Uthar is dead, then he was a weak fool. Now attack! I shall be the new Dark Lord of Korriban.
Well, for speed and blur. Oh, all my buffs are still up. I suppose we're purging the Sith Academy. Not a big loss. Alright, taking another step in. Anybody else? Anybody else? I was joking! I was joking about purging the Academy! Oh my god! Oh hey, missions. Wait, Mission and Jolie are back! I love this game. I love this game so much. Hey, Jolie. Oh. Why are you all the way out there, Jolie? What the heck? Okay, let's go Force Immunity back up. Improved Energy Resistance back up. And then Speed back up. Yeah, mission's gonna go down. There's no two ways about it. This is so ridiculous. This is just... I can't believe this. I was joking about purging the Sith Academy, but here we are. This is beautiful.
Gotcha. Simple.
Well, we also get some extra loot, it seems. Okay, we got one footlocker. I already looted this. Yeah, not a big shame. Jolie's tanking out here by himself by the looks of it. Oh yeah, he stasis fielded. Oh. I wonder... Oh. That was not the button I wanted to push. Oh, well, we got back anyways. It's fine. Got what we wanted. I wonder where Lashow is. Wait, are we also going to have to fight all the way back through the, Are we going to have to fight back through Dreshte as well? Is that a thing that's about to happen? You know what? Let's double check for remains, because we killed a lot of people. Like, holy crap, we killed a lot of people. Okay, no remains. This is so silly. I love it. Alright. Oh! Oh! 74% chance for that speech check I did. Hey, it's Lashow! Hi, Lashow. I think it's time for you to die. To have to kill everything. Interesting. Well, yeah, wouldn't that be the speech check then? That's kind of literally what I was saying. Is I would have had to get the successful Reverend Persuasion. Oh, regardless. They spawned in extra enemies. You know what? Don't mind me. I'm just going to... You know what? Yeah, let's toss a basic frag grenade. Barely even have to get involved. Really? It's still locked. I have a sneaking suspicion that's related... Oh.
Okay.
I have a sneaking suspicion that's related to the Yathura ending. There's something fancy that pops up in there in KOTOR 2. If you went dark side. Okay, I suppose there's one more place to check. Oh. Force speed, please. Thank you. Oh, more remains on the way. Just grenade after grenade. Oh, the real question. I don't even have to do any special attacks. I didn't need to flurry there. They all just die that easily. And unfortunately, it doesn't look like we can free the prisoners. They're all already dead by the time we get here. Bit of a shame. And I'm assuming, yep, Mandalorian's dead too. Oh, well. Well, no. I don't remember if we actually completed his mission. Or if we accidentally killed him or whatever. I don't know if I rolled that back. I know I failed once. Regardless. Sith Academy entrance. Wait for it. Yep, there we go. Items lost. Please make me fight back through Dresh Day. Also the people who were out here died. Rip them, I guess. Okay, the protocol droid and the astromech are not hostile, thankfully. I'm going to laugh if we take 2 steps out here. Oh. Well, that's a shame. Well, let's get back to the ship, shall we? What the... What the heck was I hearing? That sounded like a Rhodian death noise. That was weird. Okay. In any case, back onto the ship. You must gather your party before venturing forth. No, I'm going to leave Jolee and Mission here to just... They can run Korriban. I don't care. Jolee would probably do a better job of teaching darkside philosophy than half of these idiots. Like, I'm pretty sure Jolee could come up with a decent, just general darkside philosophy that doesn't involve murder, death, kill. Okay, well, in any case, we have the star map. We have all of the star maps. And I wonder what's going to happen when we try to leave the planet. Ah, there's a new option. Starforge system. This planet has no entry in the Republic archives. We're not going to go there yet. We're going to head to Yavin instead. Okay. The good news is, we don't get ambushed by fighters on our way. I did skip, like, every cutscene, though, so... Well, every cutscene for, landing on Yavin, because there's no point. But, because this is the 4th star map, I have a sneaking suspicion we're going to get some sort of encounter here. So I'm going to pull Mission and Jolee into the party. It's kind of funny, this has kind of become our balanced party. Yes, we have Jolee for force power coverage and crowd control, Mission for ranged coverage and sneak attack damage, and then me as the frontliner tank / melee DPS. Well, you're back. I was just taking a look at a few new things I thought you might like, and I, How did you get in here? We have our ways, Rodian. Just because you didn't hear us talk doesn't mean we can't. And your own stealth units have proven most effective. Leave now. I think not, human. Not this time. Well, we tried. We're here to teach you a lesson, Suvam. And you as well, human. Unfortunately, you won't live to correct your mistakes. Of course. Alright. Master speed. And then the fun part of improved energy resistance. And now, murder. That is a lot of blaster bolts firing, though, not gonna lie. They're also worth an absurd amount of XP. That one was worth 700. And we're level 19, so we're just about done leveling. The level cap is 20. Because it's traditional, like, D&D scale. Oh, our force speed already ran out. They're all worth 700. What the heck? Okay. That's a lot of dead Trandoshans. Those Trandoshan scum, they couldn't get more out of me, so they tried to kill me instead. Hopefully I'll have time before they send someone else to investigate. Maybe rig their ship to take off somewhere else. Thank you for the help, at least. Knew I couldn't have taken them on my own. I'll let you look at my special staff. Special stash. It's the stuff I wasn't showing them. It won't be cheap, but if you want, you can buy it. And now, we get some very special items in the listing. Namely, Mantle of the Force and Heart of the Guardian. Mantle of the Force is an item assembled by Suvum Tam from pieces found in the ruins of Exar Kun's temple on the fourth moon orbiting Yavin. It appears to be the remains of an even older artifact of unknown origin. It's not known if it was used by Exar Kun or just uncovered when his temples were destroyed, nor is it known what the original properties of this item were. But given its current abilities, its original state must have been fearsome indeed. The mantle is a crystalline lattice, resembling a lightsaber crystal in many ways, but having the additional property of being able to radically alter the flow of energy that passes through it. When combined with other crystals, the mantle warps their properties, often enhancing them to incredible levels. Additionally, the mantle seems to almost act as a focusing tool for Force-sensitive individuals, leading to the idea that the original artifact may have once been a powerful tool of the Sith, perhaps something they took with them when the Dark Jedi originally split from the Order. Heart of the Guardian. Though its origins have been lost, the legendary artifact known as the Heart of the Guardian was rumored to have been instrumental in founding the Guardian Order of Jedi. Nothing further is mentioned in any Jedi archive, but both Sith and Jedi whisper their own legends. According to the Jedi, the heart will appear in a time of greatest turmoil and deliver the galaxy into salvation. The Sith, however, believe it to be an object of their heritage, which will bring the galaxy under their dominion. Heart of the Guardian appears to be a magnificently shaped lightsaber crystal of unknown composition. Analysis by Suvum Tan has yielded inconclusive results, not being able to identify what mineral it's made of. Suvum has even begun to wonder if it's a normal crystal at all, for at times it almost seems as if it were alive. All known lightsaber crystals seem to have a strange resonance with the Heart of the Guardian, with their abilities being altered or enhanced when in close proximity to it. Additionally, the energy focused through the heart results in a beam of unique clarity and color. Like I said, these two are very, very special lightsaber crystals. And as it describes, it changes what effects the lightsaber crystals in your saber have when used alongside this. Also, I just noticed that Mail of the Force is 5k more than Heart of the Guardian for some reason. Also, a little unfortunately, it doesn't appear like certain, some stuff got kept. I'm going to have to... I think I'm just going to pick up the 2 crystals and call it a day. And this is functionally our last shopping trip. I'm going to have to keep the computer spikes because we're going to need them. Yeah, computer spikes. Wait, am I out of parts? Oh, that's not good. If memory serves, I need a bunch of parts to get something very, very fancy at the very end of the game. Oh, well. But yeah, let's grab the remaining remains. And hopefully we'll be able to fill in those parts, spikes, whatever that I'll need by the time we finish everything coming up. But I think with the exception of a quick trip back to the ship for... a quick trip back to the ship just to show off what these crystals do, that's going to be about it for today. Because, like I said, these crystals are very, very important. and are quite literally game changers for how you set up your lightsabers. So, back to the ship. So if memory serves, Mantle of the Guardian is the one I'm going to want in my saber. And from what I also remember, they replace the color crystals. Yes. Okay, so Mantle of the Force turns the Great Dragon Pearl into attack bonus and blaster bolt deflection. This is not what I wanted at all. I wanted Heart of the Guardian. There we go. What's funny is the Heart of the Guardian turns your saber like deep orange here. Orangey red. But what it does is it switches the Krayt Dragon Pearl to attack +3 and 1d8 energy damage. The Rubot gets 2 and 2. Opila gets additional energy bonus in addition to its massive criticals. The Generax just is made generally better and gives more blaster bolt deflection. The Luxum is just generally improved for ion damage. Same for the Furkran. The Bondar, I think the DC just gets increased with the Bondar. Sigil, same deal. Just attack bonus, energy damage. And the Solari, which is something we picked up at the very end. Oh, yeah. There are many famous lightsaber crystals spoken of in the history of the Jedi Order. A few are as rare and powerful as the legendary Solari crystal. An artifact of true light side power. Only those Jedi who are pure in spirit can wield a lightsaber equipped with this gleaming white gem. When the Jedi Master Ood Banar initiated his life cycle change after 1,000 years of serving the Order, he bequeathed the Solari crystal to his most promising student, a young female Jedi named Shayla Nur. When Shayla disappeared shortly after the time of the Great Hunt, the Solari crystal vanished with her. Okay. On second thought, I'm going to have to take a look at some of this off stream and just steadily figure out what the heck I'm doing. Because it's going to be an involved process to figure out the whole lightsaber changes. That all out of the way, I think that'll be it for today. So, thank you all for watching. If you're new and want to see more, feel free to drop a follow. We are closing in on the end of KOTOR. It's only going to be maybe 2 to 3 more streams. And if you'd like to support the stream financially, on the other hand, there is a Ko-Fi link down underneath the stream or in the description if you're watching on YouTube. With that all out of the way, take it easy, everybody. This is Rain, signing off.